This diagram is about why ASP.NET Core returns 400 errors automatically. As per the diagram, you can see client sends post JSON. This is the sample of JSON data. In the price, I intentionally put wrong data. By right, it should be number, but I'm sending string value. This JSON data sending to our API endpoint. Then in the ASP.NET Core, we have a from body. From body attribute used to read the JSON data and tries to convert into our C# model where we already have a model for the JSON. If the conversion is successful, then API will run successfully. In case if the conversion is failed, then the API controller detects as a invalid model because it cannot map from the JSON data to our C# model class. Then this API controller will trigger 400 bad request. Then with the help of iAction result, we wrap the error code along with the detailed response body and send them to our client tool. Client tool can be Swagger, Postman, or our front-end applications, something like React. This is our valid JSON. How you confirm valid JSON? You can go to our source code. In the source code, you look for your model class, which is product. We are looking for integer ID and name is string, price is decimal, description is string. So the fields and data types are exactly matching. Nothing issue at all. Just you can press execute for the confirmation. Press continue. Great. See, our data added successfully. Now we are going to send a invalid data. How can we send invalid data? What we are looking price should be decimal. Now we are going to send a string value. For example, testing. I put some string value for the price. Originally we are expecting in our source code decimal, but we are sending some string value. I'm going to execute. When I press execute, there is some 400 bad request error. You may have another question. How come this is automatically appear? It didn't meet my cursor here. Without meeting the endpoint, the error is thrown. How come it is thrown? The answer is because of the API controller. This API controller is like a gatekeeper. If you provide anything relevant to invalid, this API controller will help to validate the input and throw error immediately without accessing the endpoint. It will automatically throw the 400 error. How it will confirm it is invalid JSON? Because it used to map against the model class. We are expecting ID, which is integer. This is correct. Next is name. It used to check name is string. Yeah, here also string. Yes, it is valid. The third is price. What we declare price here is decimal, which we need to expect either integer number like a number or decimal number. Other than that, if you send any other value, then it is incorrect, right? Because we are expecting decimal, but we are sending some string value. As a result, this API controller identify that we are sending some invalid JSON. So immediately it will stop the endpoint to execute and throw the error relevant to our invalid JSON. You can see the product field is required and it is saying that price. This price is something wrong because relevant to conversion to decimal. It is trying to convert to decimal, but it cannot convert because we sent a string value. As a result, it throws 400. See what is a nice feature in ASP.NET Core? It is well formatted, like error code is 400 and you can see very much detailed response. Without writing any single piece of code, we can see a clear error message along with the error code. How it happens? Because of the iAction result. This iAction result internally called by the API controller. When API controller found some errors relevant to the invalid JSON, then immediately it will stop the endpoint from execution, and the ASP.NET Core internally called the iAction result with the help of iAction result only. This format is well organized. You got it? What is the great future in ASP.NET Core? We don't want to write more code. If you write a proper business logics, that should be more sufficient in the modern ASP.NET Core. Most of the initial validation handled by .NET Core itself. I hope you understood. So I can repeat again, when you execute, API controller will use to validate the JSON, what you send the JSON against the product class, which is a model class. It used to map. If you couldn't try to map successfully, then it will throw error. Then error message has been well formatted because of iAction result. The iAction result will be called internally from the API controller using the ASP.NET Core framework itself. That is why we can see a clear error message along with the response body. I hope now you understood. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Cheers. Goodbye.